Well, howdy everybody, welcome back to the Carpathian countryside. So I have been thinking quite a lot since last episode, and yeah, I've decided I think we will buy this field. It is a very good size field. I've been kind of checking it out as well. Do have some trees here. I was thinking, oh, maybe we could get rid of those and then just, you know, fill that bit in as a field. But there's some rocks in there and you're not going to be able to get rid of them, so that's not a problem. But we do know there is sugar beet in there. It is ready to go. That actually is on here as a contract, so I think we should snap that up before it disappears. So yeah, I'm not too bothered about the sugar beet, but obviously because it's there and it's ready, I know we could probably wait and see what they put in there, but knowing our luck, we will probably end up with sugar beet again. So I think we should just buy it. It's going to take a massive chunk out of us. 385 grand, 104. Boom, that is our field now. I mean, if I was really crazy, could end up joining them two together, but that is going to be a huge field otherwise. Right, 91 grand. Now, I've done a couple of things off of camera. I'll go up like that so you can see. I cleared all of these. These are actually all stacked out, full loads. So with the auto load pallet trailer, I only managed to clear 2 at a time, which is good. They've gone into the TMR production. I've got the milk from there, top that up, so I've topped things up, and silage over there. I've started things back up. We are in desperate need, really. Well, not desperate, on the pig food front, because I would like to get that going, because I want to get pigs on the go, and I think we're going to be in a position to get horses soon. Well, I'll say horses. Might just get one, but the plan is to get the animals all back on the farm, so we are getting there. But yeah, on here we went for this recipe. We are short of sorghum and wheat quite bad. We haven't got any sorghum. We've got some sunflowers in storage, so that's not too bad. And obviously potatoes. Oh, I run 3 crates of potatoes over and filled that up as well. So I've pinched some silage out of there. Look, that's still chugging away, so that's good. And I think really that's all I need to tell you. The cows could do with a little bit more food. I know I say that every episode now, and straw, but not overly desperate, so we can sort that out. But yeah, I think at the minute that is what we've got going on. We need to put something in here. Now I'm wondering whether to put sorghum in there, because it is quick growing. It's not going to be a huge amount off of that field, but I just think whilst that is empty and we need sorghum, we'll go for it. So that is that. Grass field isn't ready. These guys are, well, they're a bit far off, aren't they? Oh, that was the other thing. Talking of these 2 fields, this field and this field, I noticed that they only had 1 stage of fertilizer, so I've just done that as well off camera. I thought I'd do these little jobs because you've seen them enough in this series. Now, in terms of the sugar beet, now what should we do? Let's go and grab something. We'll head on down to the store. I can talk and drive at the same time. In terms of the sugar beet, we can grab the big Colossus harvester like what we use for the potatoes, get that done quick. I'm thinking about getting a worker just to go on that, and also storing the sugar beet. We haven't got a lot of options. We've only got the train silo, and that will only hold 100,000 litres, which we know from doing the potatoes. So that is a little bit of a shame. So now what I'm thinking is to lease some trailers that will hold quite a lot, if need be, we will chuck 100,000 litres in where the train station is, and then leave some in some leased trailers. Now what I'm thinking is the bigger capacity trailers that we already own, they will hold up to 200,000 litres. They are going to be pretty cheap to lease, and because they won't be in use all the time, we shouldn't be getting stung for a hefty rental charge. That is my thinking. Can you see how much I've been thinking about this? How much thought I've put into this? I sometimes drift off at work thinking about what I'm going to do in my next Let's Plays. It's a bit sad probably, but there we go. Right, so in terms of these trailers, as I was saying, I was looking at some of these as well. I do have these superior end dump ones. You can get a smaller one. They do all eventually hold up to 500,000 litres. But that is 89 grand already. So you're looking at 4.5 grand there just for that. So I was thinking of just going for these. It's 200,000 litres. Yes, we might have to get 2, maybe even 3, because we are going to get quite a lot off of that field. But they will hook up, as we know, because we already own them. And that, 918. Like I say, they're not going to be in constant use. They are literally going to have sugar beets sat in them for a bit until we work out what to do with them. And then, yeah, that will probably be it. I think we should probably change. No, we don't need to change the colour, do we? We know that that is what is going to happen with them. So I think for now we'll get 2. That's going to be, yeah, we'll go for 2. I'm going to do that, I think. Oh, and also, let's, while we are here, it was under sugar beet, wasn't it? So here we go. Now I need to get the right one this time. I mean, to be fair, the last one I got for the potatoes was very quick. So that is the capacity, 253,000 litres. Oh my goodness, 500,000 litres. Right, well, oh, it's not a lot of difference, is it, when you're going across like that? I'm going to go for the 46 miles per hour one as well. This is going to be insane. None of this we need to do. I think that is all I need to do there. So yeah, 21 grand, quite hefty, but we'll lease that. We need to grab the header that goes with it. So we want the sugar beet unrealistic. That will allow us to do 46 miles an hour, which is ridiculous. So quite a bit there spent on leasing, but I think in the long run it will be worth it. Little colours of those, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I hadn't really noticed that, to be fair. Yeah, I think it will be worth it in the end. We'll fold that up just for transportation purposes. So this will actually drive at 46 miles an hour now, so we should get over to that field pretty sharpish. And like I say, I'm thinking of getting a worker going on this, just leaving them to it, see how they do. Why have you stopped there? Obviously never seen a big Colossus harvester before. Right, I'll get all this and those 2 trailers over to that field. I doubt we'll be able to see much out of there, no. And I'll see you over there, and like I say, we'll get a worker going. Stay with them for a bit, see how they get on. And then we can do some other jobs on our farm as well. Okie dokie, we are ready. That thing here is ridiculously quick, just driving here. Right, what we're going to do is get a worker going. I'm going to quickly show you first this little bit here that juts out a couple of trees in there. That'd have been quite good. I thought, yeah, we could cut those trees down, chuck them in the sawmill. We've got these two big rocks there, and I know they're not going to smooth out. They look actually, you know, like proper rocks. All of this we could have smoothed out and drilled over, or not drilled over, you know, ploughed over. But anyway, right, let's get this going. Where's these steps? There. So unfold that. We'll also unfold the actual thing. I think we're going to get a worker going on this straight away, because this side is pretty straight. We'll stay with them for a couple of runs just to see how amusing it is. I think it's going to be mad. And then, yeah, the sugar beets. Well, we'll talk about them in a second, because we're going to go and do the field over there with sorghum. What I'm going to do is leave the Landini like that on that train of trailers. I'm going to pinch the New Holland, which is over there somewhere. So we will put sorghum into that little field. Right, let's get a worker going. Right, that is a worker now, guys. Money's going down. Oh. Look at this. 47 miles an hour. They're not going to stop. Straight into someone's field. Wow, they stopped pretty rapid. I think that would be the best way to get a nice straight row. Now obviously when they come to that area over there where the trees are, that's going to mess them up, so we probably need to take over then. But this edge is pretty square again. What they're going to do at the top here, I'm not sure. There's also a electricity pole up here as well, so that could mess them up. But no doubt we'll get a warning. Look at that, we've nearly got 20,000 litres already. A little bit slower because we're going uphill, but wow, this is going to get done in no time. In fact, there's a couple of whoa, where are you going? It's just crazy. Right, I'll just see what they do here, and then I think we'll wait, get out of my oat field. That is the only good thing about having workers. Sometimes they won't destroy your fields. Very good at lining up though, look, that's pretty good. Right, impressed with that. 30,000 litres of sugar beet. Well, it's going to be some time hopefully before they need to be unloaded, but yeah, they're not going to deal with all this up round here, but we may very well take that over and sort that out ourselves. Obviously we've still got plenty of logs here, so we'll sell some more of them. Whether I do that off camera at the end, I'm not sure. We'll see. Need to deal with the stumps. But anyway, let's head down to the store. I'm going to need to get a seeder again to put the sorghum into that field. And just scoot round the Landini. It'd be nice to give this tractor a decent run out actually, because it's just been sat up there with that log trailer attached to it, feeling all lonely and sorry for itself, I expect. Right, what I'll do, I think actually, is we'll get the seeder. We're going to lease it. Could do with buying one at some point, but it's not a main priority. And what I wanted to try is I downloaded this mod the other day. It came out. These three here at the end, They're all part of the same mod pack. It's the Vedastat Rapid A600S/F/M mod. Now there's 3 obviously different ones, as you can see. So the first one we're on, they're all direct drill. They're all 6 meter wide as well. This is just your standard one, just seeds, that's it. But it will hold 16,100 litres of seed, which is mad. The next one along, they all hold the same amount of seed as well. This will seed and fertiliser, so the capacity is increased to 23,300 because of the fertiliser, hence the F on that one. And then the M model is the multi. This will hold the same capacity, also will hold potatoes as well, look, as seeds and fertiliser. But that will do all crop types, so you can use that as a planter as well. Corn, sunflower, sugar beets, etc. So that's pretty cool. But we don't need that one. We're going to go for this because we're going to fertilise as well, and then we shouldn't have to do anything to that field. So we will go for that. I'm not too worried about these. I probably would have gone for something a bit wider if we were on one of the bigger fields, but it's not a huge field, and I wanted to test this guy out. So I thought ideal time, 3,962. Now we do have some seeds down by our distributor, and we can grab some fertiliser out of our little buy point on the farm. So what I'll probably do is I will go and grab the seeder, and I'll bring you back in when we're just coming back into the farm, I think. But yeah, they should be fine. I think they're still going. I'll double check in a minute. Right, here we go. So let's turn the beacon off. We'll grab some fuel while we're here just to top it up. I'm not sure how much we got in there. Oh, plenty. Just to keep ourselves going. Now let's see if we can load up this seed. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be able to, but we'll seed. Ridiculous. Oh, there we go. It's already opened up the colour. I didn't do that. I don't think we're going to need any more than that. No, we'll risk it. It's only over here if we are a little bit short. Right, let's grab some fertiliser, because I did use the rest of it. Oh, not that way. We'll just check how they're doing on though. I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to do that. Whoa. I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter. We can... Oh, that should be plenty actually. That will be plenty. Because we should be able to still unload what we don't use. I think that's going to be more than enough. Right, let's head over here. Now, I am struggling to decide what to do with the sugar beet though. I know I've said about keeping it in storage in the trailers and in the train silo if we have to, but what are we going to do with it then afterwards? Now we can either keep hold of it until the price is very good. I'm not sure when that will be for sugar beets. January, typical. And it's probably going to be Zelina giving us a better price, probably over that maximum there as well. Or, because unless you guys know of any, let's turn that on and we'll get working as we're going. I couldn't see, apart from any modded in sugar mills, I couldn't see any more productions where you can further on your sugar beet. I may have missed some, so if you do know of any that could be good or profitable for us, please let me know. But I did have a look round I've already got a modded in sugar mill. I don't want to be placing down another one of them when there's already one on the map, and I think that has got adjusted production rates anyway. I could be wrong. And obviously we know there's going to be a forklift down there. I'm not quite sure how much the sugar mill would cost us, but that is an option. We could buy the sugar mill. We're going to need to raise some funds though, but we could sell some bottled milk, some more wood, and if we haven't quite got the funds, we can keep the sugar beets still in the trailers, etc. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on that. I'll be interested to know. And I think we will make some decent money, I think, off the sugar if we go down that route. I'm going to do a lap round and I think we'll quickly jump down to the sugar mill. We'll try and work out how much that is to buy. It's probably going to be fairly expensive, isn't it? Probably in the hundreds of thousands, I would have thought. I can't remember how much a sugar mill is, but most of the productions are a little bit pricey. Oh, what an idiot. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've just noticed. I've just put wheat in here. Oh my goodness. It's one of those days, isn't it? Right. I'll have to go around this again, I think. Pretty sure I've done that before, but I can't even remember the last time I've done that, so that is quite rare for me to do that. Ah dear. Sorghum, and now this should technically, yeah, look very colourful now, isn't it? The only trouble is now we're wasting fertiliser because we are going back over where we've just been. Let's just double check. Yeah, that's wiping that out. Right. What an idiot. Right, where is the sugar mill on here? They're still going very well. Oh, there we go, that will do. I knew it wasn't going to be one of those two because that's the grain mill and the bakery. Right, sugar mill. We do obviously have the forklift here, which is going to be handy, or else we can just get an auto load trailer. I wonder if there's any collectibles here. Right, wow, 120 grand. You are having a giraffe. I don't know why these collectibles are so hard to find on this map. You'd think they'd be fairly obvious. Oh, there's a ladder there. Can we go up there? There's got to be one up here, isn't there? Surely. No. Oh, there's one. Haha. There we go. Just the one. Right. Let's get back to here. 120 grand. We're at 55, so that is going to be, well, it's going to be achievable because if we can get some bottled milk sold, we're usually getting a good return from that. The only other thing I was thinking of doing as well on the farm is to sell off that other bunker silo shed because we're not going to use it. I do feel a bit guilty about selling it off because obviously it's part of the map But again, that's part of the beauty of this game. You can do what you want really, well, most of the time. Customising your farm to suit. And then that would open up that area, and we could then probably, I don't know, put down a couple of things. And if we end up buying the sugar mill, we could then probably get some form of silo for sugar beets, maybe do them again in the future. I don't really want to be doing sugar cane, if I'm honest. Right, let's back up. So far, no warning coming up about the worker, so that's a good sign. Right, I think we should be there. There we go. That's good. There's a tiny little spot up there, but we'll get rid of that as we go round. Also, are we actually fertilising? Right, obviously it's going to need rolling. Yes. Good-o. So we are good to go. Let's just quickly see. Whoa. In people's field. 257,000 litres. And that's not even halfway, so that is gonna be a lot off of that field. I mean, even if we do store 100,000 down at the train silo, having those two trailers, that's another, so that'd be 500,000 litres, but I think we're going to be over that. So I need to make a decision really on what we're going to do with this sugar beet. But I am going to wait for your feedback, because if there is another production or mod where we can further on and, you know, earn a bit more decent money, then I'm very interested in that. All I could find really, like I say, is some modded in sugar mills, which I've got one of those, which is pretty rapid, and I think one that kind of washes and separates the sugar beet. I think I might even have that installed, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm not interested, I don't think. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure I've got it downloaded for some reason. Right, I will finish this off, guys, and then I think we'll have to grab the roller or whiz over this, and then that should be it for this field. Obviously until we get weeds sprouting through, which will be awesome. The sugar beet field's going to need ploughing as well at some point, and maybe we should put sorghum in there as well. I might have a think about that, but we'll see. Right, I'm going to have to do some adjustments here because we're not going to get around there. I'll bring you back in a second, guys. Okay, that is done and dusted. We'll just double check. So it looks good to me. We know it needs rolling. We've got it fully fertilized now. Happy days. Awesome. Right, the worker. 367,000. Wow. I think they're doing okay as well. We'll just double check. Harvesting. Oh, I missed a tiny little spot there. That's fine. Could have been where that pole is. I'll check that out. Right, got quite a lot of seed and fertilizer left over, so we need to unload this hopefully out in the open. So as we drive past here, this is what I am on about. I know we got rid of that, so that's opened that up. And if we got rid of this shed, that's going to open all that area up. So, oh wow, 129 grand. Well, that would fund the sugar mill straight away, wouldn't it? But then, you know, we could place down the slurry yard there. Place down some productions. I know a couple of you mentioned about producing our own fertiliser from the slurry. But I think we are going to end up with quite a lot of slurry in the long run, because once we get both sets of cows running and the pigs, we're going to have all that to deal with. So that is going to be insane, the amount. Right, let's send that back. They can come and pick that up. Pretty impressed with that though. So the multi version I think will be very handy and fairly cheap as well. I may look into buying that on my Bally Spring Let's Play. We'll see. Now that looks like it's set up as a mulcher, which it should be from the field we've just done, so we need to change that over. Let's check for any repairs on the tractor as well while we're here. That needs repairing. 156. We'll do all this and then it should keep the... Oh, what an idiot. God, I'm having one of them days today. Customize. Right, we want to turn it into a field roller. Thank you. Now, off we go. Oh, worker G. Almost a full tank. Wow. That's crazy. That is filling up very quick. Not surprised at 46 miles an hour. 47 going downhill. Can't really see them from here. Yeah, there's a bit of bottled milk there, but not enough, I don't think. But I can definitely see us having to finish off the sugar beet harvesting. Now that's a scary thought already, because if they've almost got a full tank, that means there's 500,000 litres there already. We're gonna have too much. Too much. I think what I might do is, before I complete the harvesting, maybe in the episode, put it out to you guys. If you can let me know your thoughts, any ideas, what we could do or should do, any mods, anything like that. I will read all those comments before I come back in and finish it off, and then we can put the wheels in motion for the next episode. Also, your thoughts on selling the bunker silo shed over there, because it's just sat there, to be honest with you. It's not going to get used. We've been doing bales. We've got silage running in the fermenting silo as well, so yeah, it's just wasting space really, isn't it? And like I say, the price we get, or the money we get from that, is going to fund buying the sugar mill or anything else that you guys come up with. And I know people say to me, oh, just play it how you want to, it's your game, which is fine, and I am, but I'm never going to be able to test every single mod that's out there, so a lot of them are very unknown to me. I religiously used to watch Mr. CDP's mod reviews before I started doing my YouTube channel, but I don't have time to do that now because I totally understand why some of the videos are long, but some of the videos are quite long, and that's why Looney Farm Guys is pretty good. So if you haven't checked Looney out, guys, please go and check him out, because he does them individually. So if you're after just a specific mod, or one sort of catches your eye and you, oh, I wonder what that does, that's pretty good, hop on over to Looney and you can find that specific mod, and that can be a little bit quicker sometimes doing that. Plus, of course, Looney's got an awesome channel, and so has Mr. CDP, and he is very, very close to 100,000 subscribers, which he thoroughly deserves. So if you guys are not subscribed to Mr. CDP, even not please, there we go and subscribe to him, because that would be awesome. Let's get him up to 100,000. Right, wage payment there, that's fine. I'm assuming they're still going. I've been talking for quite some time. Look at the dust coming off that, that is just awesome. Very cool. I can't quite see from here. Did we get any warning? I don't think we did. I can see the trailers, unless it's just too far away to see. Right, what we'll do is we'll do this last little bit and we'll jump over there. Whoa, a little bit too early. So I don't think there's going to be a huge amount being done in this episode, but it is all jobs that need to be done. Right, let's put that down there. Oh my goodness. That was good timing, wasn't it? Wow. They obviously went a bit too fast there. We're only leasing this, don't damage it. Right, okay, what we'll do then is we will finish this bit off until we get a full load, I think. Then you get to see a bit of the speedy beets. I'll quickly do these little bits here and there. I don't know what the other end's going to look like. Right, to be fair, they've done very well. I'm very impressed with that, but I think probably it would be now is the time to take over. Otherwise they are just gonna cause mayhem, I think. Right, what I'll try and do is not run over them and damage them. It turns really quick as well and sharp, so that is good. I know the base game one does that as well. Also, if you're running along at these sort of speeds, okay, well, just that's the end of that deer. Oh my goodness. what I'll do is I'll go back round that way, I think. I mean, if we get a decent sort of boundary here, they might be able to cope. I think we're going to be full up anytime soon. So we'll probably unload what we can into that trailer or those trailers. I might have to take one of them over to the train silo. I don't know. Or else just hold on for a minute. Because like I say, I think we probably will end the episode right. What I want to do really, yeah, I still think they're going to hit these trees and crash into them, you know. Let's put that down. We were down then. Almost. There we go. We are full. We are full, guys. Put that out. We will jump to here. Like I say, we're only going to fit 400,000 in here. We've not got a huge amount left. I think we should easily get the rest with the harvester. Wow, that unloads pretty rapid as well, doesn't it? There we go. Right. We'll just see if we can. I'll tell you what. Oh no, we'll stay this end, I think. I was going to go down there, and I think we will do this. Do a little bit more of this, I think. And I probably will end the episode. It's just mad, isn't it? Mad how much we're getting off the field. Now, we will be very naughty and do that. I noticed the other day there was a mod come out on the PC where you can get penalised now if you have obviously the mod installed for going over, like we just did then, other farmers' fields, which I think is a pretty good idea. That would stop you doing things like that, wouldn't it? I think they take some money away from you. I try not to do it, but if you're in something like this, it's going to be a little bit tricky. You've just got to make the slightest of movements though, and then it just goes, doesn't it? I think what we'll do is we'll clear this end, and then I am going to leave the episode there, I think. But we have got a lot off of this field. Probably more than what I was expecting actually, which is good. Missed a couple of bits there, that's fine. Come back for them. Just making it up now. Probably our damaging it a little bit. Doing a bit of drifting there, I think, as well. Going so fast. Oh, there we go. Prime example of spinning, turning too quick. Turn around. Not quite, that's not a problem though. We'll do that. Tiny little bit left over in that corner. And a couple of little stray tufts that we've missed. Obviously I know we've got all of that behind us as well. The amount we've got off of this field is crazy. I just don't know whether would it be worth just hanging on to them and selling them at the best price. January seems so far off. How much is sugar actually while we're sort of debating things? It's not amazing, is it? But can't sell that via the train either, which is a bit annoying because that will always be the best price for us. Right, last little bit and then I am gonna call it a day for this episode. So we've got all that left over there as well. So far though, that is 547,000 litres, 877. Wow. But please let me know your thoughts, guys, on what we should do with these, any mod recommendations, things like that. Also the bunker silo shed, that'd be fantastic. But I hope you have all enjoyed it. I know there wasn't a huge amount done, but like I said, it's all jobs that need to be done. We need to get this field harvested and turned around pretty quick. We could, looking at that actually, we could get rid of these trees up to about this point. That'll give us a little bit more extra, maybe. But yeah, look at all this. And that is a pretty good yield bonus. So they have actually looked after this field. 100% fertiliser, 98%. So that's why we're getting so much as well off of there. There is stones in, but hopefully that will sort itself out. There you go, guys. That is the end of the episode. Hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That would be fantastic. And don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.